could stand between my men.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. What I'm looking at today is the official trailer for The Odyssey from Christopher Nolan, the director of Oppenheimer, which was a huge hit. Though, I'm kind of wondering if lightning's going to strike twice for this movie. Because, look at it for a second. These type of movies don't do spectacularly well. That's not to say they fail. And by these type of movies, I mean those based upon Greek myths and that type of thing. If most recently you look at Gladiator II with a $250 million budget, in other words, it didn't do very well. It didn't do terribly by any stretch. It wasn't what I would necessarily call a success either. It underwhelmed would be the best way to describe it. And I'm not sure why anyone would assume Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey would do significantly better. It has a lot of star power behind it, as did Gladiator II. But as I said, that wasn't enough to make that movie perform very well. And I don't think that just because Christopher Nolan directed this movie, it's going to do significantly better. After all, I would argue that Ridley Scott, in terms of directorial chops, is just as potent, just as powerful a name as Christopher Nolan. His movie didn't do that great. And that's not taking into account that it followed up Gladiator, which, while it had a smaller budget, did better at the box office. So, I don't get this. I don't understand why this is a thing. Now, keep in mind something. It's important to note that the only reason that The Odyssey is being released by Universal as opposed to Warner Brothers was that in the 2000s, his movie Tenet was released on HBO Max as well as in theaters, and it underperformed. I wouldn't blame that on Christopher Nolan, though. That was a Warner Brothers decision. It wasn't his fault. But it ruined the relationship for him, and so he went to Universal Pictures. Warner Brothers might not be regretting that decision nearly as much as one thinks when Odyssey comes out. In any case, let's look at the official trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
After years of war, no one could stand between my men and home. Not even me.
Doesn't mean you will come back.
What if I can't?
Well, that was the official trailer for The Odyssey, and I'm not seeing it. I don't think this is going to be a massive flop by any stretch. I also don't think it's going to do very well. What reason is there to see this film beyond being a fan of Matt Damon? I'm not sure that's enough reason for people to do that. once again, I think it's going to find its audience. I just don't think it's going to do very well. And I think it will lower Christopher Nolan's stock in the eyes of studios. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailing to Reaction. If you agree, disagree, let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like, follow, or buy me a coffee. Peace.